Hey guys, this is Munch. Welcome to episode 6 of my Minecraft. If you saw my blog or the YouTube bulletin I posted, I actually had a little bit of a snafu with recording this episode. I recorded all of the audio, I recorded all of the video, but my mic was messed up, so I didn't get any of the commentary. So I have to do this not live, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like my Minecraft videos to be live commentary, but here we go. So what I'm doing right now is making some iron armor. I'm not really concerned with losing too much iron because there's a ton more down there that is in our mine shaft, and presumably down in the waterfall to the center of the earth as well. So with 11 iron left over, I felt like it was a good investment, especially if I'm going to be fighting things in the caves. And I've got all my mining equipment, my swords, and my arrows all set up. So all that's left is to equip it. And I just went ahead and tossed the old armor because it was pretty much done anyway. So I figured why not just let that go. And if you saw there, I found some pumpkins. Pumpkins were added in the Halloween update, and they're pretty much just decorative. God, those cows are annoying. They're pretty much just decorative, but you can turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, which are basically fancy torches. So here's our cave. You might be able to see I did a little bit of work in here, mapped it out a little bit. So without any further ado, let's just get into the waterfall to the center of the earth. I did a little bit of exploring when I first recorded, but it was pretty, pretty boring. So I just decided to skip over it. So yeah, while I mine down, just to mention, I do. This is the style of sort of ladder, or stairs, that I like to make when I'm going down a chasm. It allows you to sort of see into the chasm as you go down, and you don't have to. I don't like fussing with ladders. I think I've said, so I have a tendency to fall down them, and hurt myself, which makes me feel like an idiot. Also because it just takes wood, and I don't like harvesting wood too much, so I try to keep my wood. I don't use wood for building. I don't use wood. I pretty much just use wood to make sticks. That's pretty much it for torches and tools. Just because it's a pain to have to harvest wood all the time. So yeah, between this this commentary snafu with the audio, and also at work recently, one of our servers went down, and it's the server that I do all of my work on. I've had a little bit of a frustrating start to the week, and I put a torch in the wrong spot there because I'm gonna take that block out in just a second. But I hope you guys are doing a little bit better. I was really frustrated last night after I realized I recorded this whole thing without audio, but I kind of just took a chill pill, relaxed, breathed. I had a beer with dinner tonight, so I was just kind of trying to, everything is okay sort of attitude. And it's not too bad to have to go back. Although I am learning how to use Audacity to record, and trying to sync this up later is going to be a lot of fun. And here is the eighth wonder of the world, the backside of water. For any of you who enjoy the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland or Disney World Magic Kingdom, I love those places. They're awesome. I go to Disneyland every year when I'm in California for Christmas Eve with my mom. I hope you guys have been there because it really is a really fun place. I don't know if it's the happiest place on earth, but it's certainly up there. So, like I said, there's some more iron, so I won't really have to worry about the resources. And the bottom of the waterfall is actually coming up here. Now, if you've watched some Minecraft videos, you might have seen you can actually go up and down waterfalls as a sort of ladder. But since I was wearing the iron armor, I didn't really want to deal with that. So I made the stairwell. And if you remember, the goal of all this was to get diamond. And look what we have here. Some nice diamond ore. That was really satisfying when I saw that. To not have to mine that far to find that stuff. So just walled off some of the water so it'll be easier to get to the diamond. And if you saw that obsidian down there, that obsidian is going to come in handy. And yeah, I'm digging straight up because I'm dumb. But that obsidian's going to come in handy because if you remember the point of the diamond, I mean, other than to have better tools, the point of the diamond was to be able to mine obsidian in order to make a portal to the nether. Because from the nether, I want to get nether rock, which burns infinitely. Because I have some plans for that. It's a cool aesthetic. I like the way it's hopefully going to look. And with the projects I have in mind. So, really unfortunate we only found 2 diamond there. And you need 3 to make a pick, obviously. So, I started mining out in this direction randomly to try to find more diamond. And actually ended up finding something else. I found red ore. So, red ore is pretty useful. You use it to make circuits, as well as a couple of other craftable items that I'll show you later. But circuits are a pretty neat idea. Essentially, there's a number of ways that you can provide power to a circuit, and then you can create ever more complex circuits with, you know, ands and ors and all kinds of stuff. And if you want to get really complicated, you can simulate a Turing machine and all kinds of stuff like that. I probably won't go that far, but I would appreciate some suggestions for what to do with the red ore, because I don't really have any ideas. You know, I could always hook it up to a door and make a door that opens with a switch, but I feel that's kind of boring. There's not very much practical use for it. So if you guys have any ideas, any, you know, cool projects you'd like to see, although a cannon kind of sounds cool. Maybe I'll find time to make a cannon, assuming I can get a bunch of TNT. It requires a lot of TNT, but we'll see. So if you have any suggestions for red ore, leave them in the comments. At this point, I decided the best way for me to approach getting more diamond would be to go straight down the mine shaft, because down in the waterfall there's that obsidian, and I wanted to avoid breaking into a pool of lava because it's just annoying to have to dig around. So I'm hoping to hit diamond down here somewhere else. And you can hear these zombies and skeletons and whatnot. I decided to go after them because they were annoying me. And you know, it really bothers me when you can hear monsters through your oh yeah, and I almost fell down there, so I'm glad I looked down. But when you can hear monsters through your wall in your mine, it's just like there's something that irks me about that. I like to go and put torches out and prevent things from spawning, and generally make it more safe. It's not that I'm you know, I don't want to turn off the monsters. I don't want to go to peaceful mode, because I think it's a large part of what makes Minecraft so much fun is having this extra threat, this challenge for you to deal with while you at the same time are gathering resources and mining and stuff. But that doesn't mean I, you know, turn them on hard or anything, because as you may have noticed, I'm not the best Minecraft fighter. You can see me trying to remain above my perch and hit this guy without having to go down to his level. I do not like that, but I eventually, you know, whatever, I have to go down. And now looking at going back and looking at the footage, I can see one of my major mistakes here was not putting a sword back in my hotbar. So yeah, there's a lot more red ore and a lot more coal around, which as of the time of this recording, I've gathered all those resources. Almost get hit by a skeleton there, and like I said, not the best. Oh, did you see that arrow? It's coming straight at my face. Lucky that block was there. Not the best Minecraft fighter. I do manage to take this guy out. I tried to take him on his turf, though. I should have brought him out into the light. So I think I got him with that shot. And if you saw right there at my feet is some gold. If you'll forgive my prospector voice for a second, it's gold! Which ultimately is pretty useless. You can make tools out of gold, but they only do as well as wooden tools. You can make armor out of gold, but they're pretty bad. You can make weapons out of gold, but again, same as wood. It's really only useful when you make golden blocks for decoration, or as I will show you in a second, for crafting one specific item. And this is that specific item. It's a clock. You can see the time of day. Right now you can see it's about midnight. The dial rotates clockwise. So you'll see the sun come up on the left side of it. Another item I craft with some redstone is a compass. A compass has a little red needle, you'll see in a second, which always points towards your inventory. Or sorry, always points towards your spawn point. So I don't end up using a compass a whole lot because it doesn't orient you underground that well, but it is useful if you go exploring. And then the last thing I wanted to show you how to craft that I mentioned earlier was a jack-o'-lantern, which you just take the pumpkins. Oh yeah, have you ever noticed cows sound like they're saying no? Sometimes, not the first moo, not the second one. Anyway, just a random observation. So you just take a torch and a pumpkin, put them together like so. They look like, it says pumpkin in your inventory, but it is a jack-o'-lantern. And I'll place them down here so you can see. And they function the same as a torch. And so I've got some decorative plans for those later when we build us a nice house. So we'll see how that turns out. And to leave you guys with, I just wanted to show you a nice view of Munchdom. There's some caves out there that I want to eventually explore. Behind us, you'll see the overhanging cliff. It's become sort of familiar if you've watched the videos. And down there to the right, that little square thing is our cave. So I'm gonna stop talking now and let you guys enjoy the view of Munchdom and take it easy.